All right, so now all of my object types have getAnswer methods. Next thing I want to do is add getAnswers to my sections. So here's my question section. This dot getAnswers is a function, and what it's going to do is it's going to loop through the questions. And actually, let me make an empty object to start. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set answers sub questions sub counter dot title equal to questions sub counter get answers. So what this is going to create is an object where each property is the name or the title of a question, and then the value is the object that represents the answers. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So return answers. And then let's go ahead and make my section 1. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this stuff. I'll copy all of it. Yeah. Everything except for that new survey at the end. And paste. So S1 is a section. And let's go ahead and do s1.getAnswers. So I have an object. Nope, did I return it? Oh. Let me go ahead and put a breakpoint there and see what's going on. So I'm going to go to my section 1, or my, did I reload? Let me reload. I'm pretty sure I did though. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put a breakpoint in here, and then we're going to step through and see what's going on. Okay, so answers is an empty object. Counter is 0. Oh, questions.count is 3. Seems to have just stepped over. Counter less than questions.length. Should be questions.length. It's actually count in PHP. So let's go ahead and continue and then reload. There we go. So there's 3 questions: campus, status, and zip code. So answers sub status is, oh, got to call it. There we go. One more time. There's my questions. Let me fill it out. 97210, Sylvania and Cascade. Full-time in TL faculty mentor. So there's my answers, and that already looks better. So campus is an object, and status is an object. and zip code is an object. So it looks like all the information is there for that section. And then last thing to do is the same thing for the survey object. So let me start by copying that. Sections instead of questions. So now it's going to be an object where the property is a section, and then the section value is going to be an object whose properties are the question answers, and then the question answers are going to be objects where each property is one answer along with its value. And then for testing, what I'm going to do is right now when the user clicks submit, I'm going to console.log, and I need to get the survey somehow from here. So submit, click submit. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to define the submit function inside of here, because I want to get access to this survey object. And now I'm closed over the survey variable, so submit can access it, and I can return survey.getAnswers. So I'm going to log that when the user clicks. So reload. I'm going to fill out full-time faculty, Sylvania 97210. I own my own house. And then submit. And I get back this object. So that didn't quite work. So let's go ahead and take a look again. Section subcounter.title. I'm not actually storing the title anywhere on the section, and I need it, so I'll go ahead and do that. Own house 97210 Sylvania full-time submit. So I have a demographics, or an object with a demographics property. I'm missing my second one, so I'm going to have to check on that. So it only got one section, but so campus is Sylvania. Status is full-time staff. I must have checked the wrong box. Yeah, I checked full-time staff. And zip is 97210. So let's see what happened to my other one. Housing information is section 2. Oh, I need to store, well, that should be fine. Sections.length. Let's go ahead and put a breakpoint on there and reload. Sources. Put a breakpoint here. And I'm not going to reload, I'm just going to hit the submit button. So step counter less than questions.length. So that under local variable, here's my answers object. Oh, I put the breakpoint in the wrong place. Yeah, that's question section. I actually wanted to step through survey, get answers right there. So continue and hit submit again. All right, so here's the first one. So here's my answers object. It's empty. I step over. Now I have a demographics property, which is an object. And then step. Sections.length is 2. Oh, counter is 4. I forgot the var. So this counter is actually a global variable, not a local variable like I meant. So this is a pernicious problem in JavaScript, because if you forget to declare a variable, you don't get an answer warning or anything. You just get a global variable, and then there's a collision. So I had a function that was accessing the global variable counter, and it was calling a function that was also accessing and incrementing the global variable counter. So that was bad. Let's go ahead and make sure I didn't miss any of the other ones. Var counter, var counter, var counter, var counter, var counter. That was it. Okay, so that was a bad one. And then here, var counter, var counter. All right, so now it should work. I'm going to go ahead and reload F12. Oops. So reload. Now it says var counter. So full-time faculty, Sylvania and Cascade, 97210, house, own, submit. So now I have a demographic section of housing information. Housing information has current housing type. There's the answers for that. House is checked. Housing ownership, own, and then demographics has 3, zip code, status, full-time faculty, and campus has Cascade and Sylvania checked. Good, so that's all working correctly.